What is up? It's time for another fantastic Friday 5. All right, for today's story, we go back to Jeff in his early days in college. I was working at a credit union in Phoenix, and our boss was transferring to another branch. She was sort of like the big sister I never had, who I tormented. I would pull little pranks here and there, and on this day, she needed some help packing up her brand new Honda Element. So, another coworker and myself were loading up her car with little gift bags, other possessions from her office, and she made the amazing mistake of asking me to drive her car around to the front of the branch. Now, our branch was on the very end of a strip mall that made a semicircle all the way around this massive parking lot in the corner of a big intersection. So, instead of making a quick reverse and pulling out to the front and stopping, I decide to take her brand new Honda Element for a little joyride all the way around the back of the strip mall. So I hop in and take off, kind of testing it out like, ooh, this is nice. It's a manual, which is great, but the manual for a Honda Element had the shifter way up here, so that was a little awkward. But I'm cruising, probably getting up to around 40 miles an hour. I turn the corner, and I'm going down the other long straightaway. And as I'm driving, I look up ahead, and it looks like the pavement does one of these. And I'm like, what is that? And then I remember that there is a Goodwill on that half of the strip mall, and behind it, there's a giant loading dock. So before I can really hit the brakes with any sort of efficiency, I fly. Now, it wasn't an actual 90-degree angle cliff. It was an incline. But since people don't usually go 40 plus miles an hour behind a strip mall, it's not really something that they consider being a big deal. But in this case, it was a big deal. So I did a mini reenactment of that scene in Ferris Bueller, totally by mistake, of that Ferrari. Those little gift bags are floating and flying up in the air like I'm in space. And then, boom, to the sound of crunching metal and who knows what else. And then I hit the other incline going up, and I come around, and I calmly make my way back to the front of the branch, and I park, and I go inside. As soon as I open the door, there's my manager standing with her arms crossed, looks at me and says, "What was that big sound I heard?" I turn around, look back toward the parking lot, and I said, "There's some guy out there who was doing crazy stuff in a car he probably shouldn't have been doing. I'm that crazy guy." So I give her the keys, kind of looks at me. It seems like I pulled off that. So a few months later, she's at her other branch. We're trading little emails back and forth. Something came up about her Honda Element and how she's loving it and how she's been taking it for regular maintenance and nothing's wrong. I email back, "So you know when I said there was some guy doing something he shouldn't, making all that noise a few months ago, ... I hit send. And as I'm helping someone at the teller desk, I see the preview window of her email pop up, all caps. "I knew it was you. I knew it." Yeah, she probably did know, but had a lot of fun, and it looks like I didn't do any damage to her car. Woo! Sorry, Deanne. All right, that is this week's Fantastic Friday 5. Hope you enjoyed it. If you missed last week's, you can catch that right here. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do that right here. Peace.